Hello everyone and welcome to the second round of the Grand Prix Classics Championship. Very much welcome. How are you all doing? We are starting here in Canada. As you can see, we are here at Montreal following Michael, who is setting decent lap times, currently ahead of Statue in terms of practice time. Of course, practice doesn't matter very much, but it might be encouraging to him. Who knows? We've got quite a few things to talk about before we start. We'll address the elephant in the room as well, but before we do that, let's go back to our regularly scheduled figuring out where everyone stands. So, before we do that, let's look at the calendar. Oh, hang on. Small error. We'll fix that. It's truly small error. It's super quick to fix. Yes, we are currently at the Canadian Grand Prix, number 2. There you go. We got the correct one marked. As you see here. Yeah, second race of the season. Not too much to talk about in that sense. It is very early in the season. Still a long way to go after today. But regardless, we will see what the standings currently are. The lead, of course, winner of last race, is not here today. Keep in mind, Randers won last race. Surprisingly, this morning in the press conference, people did mention that it was a bit of a surprise that Randers suddenly, on pace, got pole position and then won the race. So, definitely someone we still need to look out for, despite the fact that he will miss this race. And he was closely followed by De Croo, finishing in second place. And, I think also surprised for many, Sorrow in P3. So much so that I think people aren't expecting Sorrow to finish on the podium today. But I think that might be a mistake to not think that. Sorrow is absolutely a serious contender for race, well, victories maybe even. We'll have to see if that happens today as well. He also has a wonderful YouTube channel if you haven't seen that. Look at the review that I did yesterday. I featured it, and there will be a link in that description if you're on YouTube. That's one thing. We also have who's after that, of course. Let's see, Gerald. Last time around, didn't quite get the podium. We'll be wanting more. Who else is feigning more? It's Statue, for sure. Statue will absolutely want more today. He does have the world record still on this track. It's been closely contended by the elephant in the room, who we'll address in a moment. So yeah, we're expecting a lot from Statue still. Hopefully he doesn't jump the start today. That would be tragic to do it twice in a row. Yeah, Domschka is in P6 with the same amount of points, because he also got a point for fastest lap. We've got Michael, best of the rest last time, essentially. Marcus's teammate close behind. Then we've got Silver. Silver, is that correct? No, sorry. We have Jordi. It does say correct in the graphics. I'm just using something else to see it. Jordi, he was going to get a penalty and be demoted to 10th place. That has been rescinded. It was a little bit of technical issues, but he gets to keep his position. And we have Silver in P10. Now, what else do we have? I have a couple of other people that joined. Caflaw is one of them. Dustin managed to get the last point last time. And then we got Domi in P13 last time. A couple of... I think Sousa still finished, but he will no longer be joining us this season, so the Sauber tag behind is going to need to be removed, but we'll get to that. There's currently no Sauber drivers, so there's still space on the grid if you're looking for a permanent seat. Type exclamation point SSR in the chat, and you can see a link to the Discord. You can join us. Then we've got JJ, who didn't finish, PC Finch didn't finish, and we did Nolsey, who forgot to refuel. PC Finch is again here today, so he can improve on that as well. Then team standings, well, Lotus is on top. Not by that much. Williams is closely following, of course, after Randers' victory. Randers isn't here today, so that is likely gonna grow a bit. And then we've got the Toro Rosso team doing very well. Up the HRT, of course, with Sorrow taking that podium up there as well. Red Bull will be a bit disappointed. I think they expected more, but they still have every opportunity. Ferrari as well will have every opportunity for the team championship. The Lotus looks really strong right now, so that is definitely something we will need to keep an eye on. I see Randers is in the chat. He's watching from the train, so yeah, apparently they don't do sim rigs in the train, which would be very nice for him right now. But yeah, we'll have to sit this one out. Big shame, but that is how it is. So, who do we have on the track? Well, we have a lot of well-known people. We've got a couple of new names. First, Domi is not just Domi. It is Domska who decided to name himself Domi XT. This is Domska, okay? He's in a Lotus. He's got number 55. This is Domska. Whether he likes it or not. He's renamed himself, so we have to keep that in mind. And our other new drivers, we've got Notabene, who's a reserve driver driving for Williams today. Complete and utter unknown to me. Yeah, he is just driving right now, getting used to his car. I assume he's done that before the race, of course, but making sure that he's still got everything set up correctly, getting warmed up for the race, as you do in practice. So where he sits, nobody knows. We'll find out later. But the elephant in the room, and I've been talking about around it a little bit, and I've mentioned it in the preview that I did yesterday, is this man who is, I believe he is in the wrong car. Oh no. He's meant to be in the Mercedes, so whenever a graphics pops up, okay, and he's struggling a little bit with the brakes, I think. He's very rusty, but as Rune Link, who was the champion of the very first season of Grand Prix Classics, did that with quite a big margin as well. So people are expecting a lot from him. He is known to be quick. You can see his car control is still there, but he is quite rusty around the edges. So we're gonna see how he handles himself. And I'm gonna need to remind him to step in the right car next time. But yeah, there we go. That is a Rune Link. Someone absolutely to keep an eye on. I do not know where he sits today. Some people think he will be fighting for a win. Personally, I'm expecting around 4th, 5th place. Like, I think that would be a nice place for him to shoot, because he is extremely rusty and everybody is so well practiced right now. I think a lot of people are underestimating themselves. Yeah, for example, Randers, I think, would underestimate himself. Geralt is still very fast. The Crow's very fast. Very, very fast. Definitely. That's a curse. That's my fault. That's on me. I should not hype him up. Domsky is also very, very fast. So the Lotus team, absolutely keep an eye on those two. Even if they don't think... even if they think like Rune Link's very fast and not sure if they can keep up, they can, and they will, and they will fight, and we'll have a wonderful race today. If it's anything like Spain 2 weeks ago, we're gonna have a great time today. So yeah, get ready. This is only practice, so plenty of time right now to grab some water, get a snack, you know, put this on the big screen. Yeah, get comfortable and ready. See, JJ has just joined. We're expecting 18 people on the grid today. Expecting Nolsey still to join, Jordi and Skynet. I believe it's Jordi anyway. So, big grid. Bro, having recovered from his spin, that unfortunately we did catch. But in practice, that's completely fine. Spinning in practice is actually completely meaningless, and Silver does set a fastest lap time. Actually really good, with Randers not being here today for Williams. It's good to have your fastest lap time in practice. It gives you a little bit of confidence, and hopefully that translates to a good result in the race as well. I do think the Crow is perhaps, I wouldn't say favored for the title, but he's got more in him than he has shown. I feel like people need to be wary of the Crow a little bit more than they are. I think it was mentioned by Statue earlier today in the press conference that the Crow is absolutely someone we should look at. And I fully agree. Especially Statue as being the de facto favorite by setting all those world records. I think he's very aware of what's going on around him, of who is a danger to potential title hopes. And there are many dangers, and that's the beautiful thing. We have Statue, who everybody of course is thinking might be champion. Dustin, who just improved his time, is now in P3, is also very quick. Didn't show it last time with his result, but he is very quick. Sorrow, same token, did show it last time actually. Did show it last time, got a podium, is also very quick. Will he fight for wins? Hard to say. Domska just set the fastest lap time. He is very, very quick. Gerald, very quick, nearly took the championship from Domska last season. There's so many people in this grid that could win races, and with Runelink in the mix, if he's anything like he was at his peak, that man is a danger to all title hopes. Yeah, there's a lot of quality on this grid. I'm very happy with that. Cavallo as well, like, I don't think he quite has the pace of the top 6-7 drivers, but he is very good. He's absolutely very good. And threat for all midfield drivers for sure. Michael is a super strong driver. Don't get me wrong, he's a super strong driver. I think I need a little bit more distance to the mic. Michael's a super strong driver. Michael used to be super aggressive to his own detriment, and now he's still aggressive, but no longer to his own detriment. He is just as fast and even a little bit faster. He's not quite with the aliens, the top 6-7 drivers. Cavallo improves a second. Very nice job from him. Of course, it's practice, so it is still meaningless, unfortunately. But yeah, Michael is a very strong driver, and you will see when he appears on screen, when he fights, that he shows that quality. But it's crazy to me that being a good driver like Michael nets you like a 6th or 7th place. 6th if you're lucky, 7th probably, and if everybody had to do exactly what they need to do, then you're like kind of resigned to 8th place, which is crazy. We have so much quality in the grid. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, and all of these times are not representatives. I think we can ignore all of them safely. Currently 15 people present. We're expecting a few more. I think JJ hasn't quite settled representative lap time, which none of them are, of course, but you know, it's quite a way off. You see him grinding the wall. I don't think that's fully accurate to what's going on the screen. Otherwise, he would have gone a lot slower. Oh, that is accurate to his screen. Ah, that's a big spin. You will also see this a lot. We mentioned it last time quite a few times, because it is just such a big deal with these cars. They are very slidey. They are, especially in the rear, they're a little bit unstable. I'm not sure if that's entirely the right word, but they are a little bit tough to control. I think that's a better way to put it. I do think Domska has actually set a representative lap time, and the rest is whatever. Yeah, the rear is a little bit unstable. The effect of that is mostly that getting on throttle is a science, essentially. It's super hard to do correctly. You want to do it exactly so that it's about to slide, but doesn't slide. And especially with the nature of Canada, as people have mentioned in the press conference, it's a very stop-starty track. There's a lot of very long straights, as you can see here, followed by a really quick braking zone, a really strong braking zone, a really quick turn, or tight turn, something like that. followed by an acceleration zone. Now, the last chicane isn't quite an example of that because you can take a lot of speed through it. But here, for example, this is a pretty big braking zone. You carry a bit of speed, but then here you have to slow all the way down. And this is a traction zone. You have to be on the power and generate as much speed as quickly as you can. And if you put in too little throttle, of course, you're not optimizing. So you're not getting as much power out of the engine as you should. But if you put too much power on the throttle, then your rear wheels will not have enough grip. They will start spinning, you get wheel spin, and you will accelerate less fast. So it's very much an art to be quick here. And if I say Domska set a representative lap time, this man has also set a representative lap time, maybe. Marcus is in between them. I feel like Groenlink today is closer to his peak than anybody was hoping. We might have an extra driver in the top few drivers. We might have the most exciting race I've ever seen. I do not know what's going to happen. I have no clue who's going to win. The winner of last race isn't even here. Qualifying last time was, what, 7,000s, 8,000s to third place? 3,000s to second? We're going to have a super competitive race today. That's what I'm getting at. And I'm so excited to be casting it today again. As Groenlink, I think, is one of the last drivers that pulls into the pits. Very important, of course. This pit entry does need to be practiced. It begs to be practiced. And, so he does that. And I feel like everybody's in the pits. Now, a couple of people are still driving. One of them is Marcus. We'll find out exactly how representative these lap times are by the time qualifying starts. Now we've got, I think, everybody in the pits. Oh, it's Domska. No, Domska's not one of the people still driving. Then what do we have? Domska has set the fastest practice lap time, of course. Doesn't matter. We will see exactly what is actually going on when we watch the qualifying. And I think Geralt is out of the pits first, so we'll have a lap with him. See exactly what this track is all about. Already mentioned, it's very stop-starty. Generally quick. You'll be going very fast, full throttle for quite a little lap. Of course, that turn is flat out, no problem whatsoever. We're not expecting any rain or weather. When I say not expecting, it means there will be no rain. It's a 100% chance that there will be no rain. Geralt will be the first to set a lap, so we'll get on his roof. And really, if we're honest, the lap kind of starts it. Kind of. Not fully, because you still have a big braking zone. But, okay, not quite there. But under the Fanatec sign, somewhere on this straight it starts, because you have to get ready for the chicane. And that's where it really starts. You brake for this, carry as much speed through here as you can, get a good exit, and that will get you something extra for the start of the lap. This is where the lap starts, and you go here, brake between the 150. You can cut a little bit more of that corner, but Geralt doesn't quite optimize that. Get a good exit here. This is a very short straight, but this one is tricky. You have to brake, you have to take that first apex very well, so you can carry a lot of speed out of that. Get close to that wall, through here, hard on the brakes again. This is a very tricky corner. Somewhere here you have to start accelerating. It's so easy to lose it, as we saw JJ do earlier. Here we go through the next chicane. Very tricky. You want to use that curb quite a lot. Geralt is very kind to it. This is clearly a banker lap for him. And then finally another very, very harsh braking zone to this hairpin. It takes forever to get on the power. When you finally do, it's super easy to spin the wheels, as Geralt has unfortunately done here. I don't think it will be his best lap, but it will be the first lap. So he will be on top. Hard braking zone again. You do want to carry a lot of speed through here. Make sure you don't end up in the wall of champions. champion of walls. And with DRS open, you cross the line, is a 13.5 for Geralt, and Runic immediately dives under that with a 12.8, and that is a strong time immediately. The Crow does beat it, 12.7. Domska a 12.9. That is those three very close to each other. Statue is a little short, needs 4 more tenths to be able to match with the Crow. So Geralt is a little bit behind. Sorrow doesn't quite do the qualifying magic he did last lap, but I think he's still pushing. There's more in it for him. Who hasn't set a lap time yet that we should keep an eye on? Dustin doesn't have set a lap time yet. He has just started his lap. His teammate of Geralt. The Red Bull team hasn't quite set the lap that they want yet. Marcus does set a very good time, 13.0. Is in the mix with the top drivers. A couple of other people haven't set a lap time yet. We've got JJ, Domi, and Nota Bene. And as I said, Domi does set a lap time. Good enough for 11th place. At a Cavalo, but I expect Cavalo will improve. Doesn't look like a representative lap time. And Domska has immediately improved. Is now in between Runelink and the Crow, which was already a small gap. It's made it even tighter at the top. 1/10 between the top 3. As Dustin brakes very hard for the last corner. Shortening the distance as much as you can. What's the time gonna be? It's a 6th place only, 6/10 away. And now Runelink will be fighting to improve his time. Let's see on board. Oh, he takes a lot of that grass, as you can see. It's a lot more knife's edge than we saw Geralt do at the start of the session. Putting his DRS, carry as much speed out of that corner as he can. You see how much of the curb he takes, that entire yellow sausage curb. You can just drive on it, but it can be a bit risky. Through the hairpin. Try to optimize the exit. Get your traction as good as you can. Hard on the brakes for this final chicane. Often there's a couple of tenths you can win in there if you nail that, but it's also so risky, especially in the race. And there we go. That is a statement that everybody was scared of. Runelink takes provisional pole position. There's still a lot of time left. This is not pole position. I guarantee you, this will not be the pole position time. But a 12.640, a 10th ahead of the Crow, is a very strong time. And people are going to struggle to beat that. That might already be enough for a top 3. It is that strong. Domska improves, but not enough. Still a 12.7 for him. Or also 12.7, and Marcus VR is still hunting, but you can see that gap is already pretty big. So we've got 2 Lotus on the top 3, and Runelink, who is driving for McLaren today, even though it looks like a Sahara Force India. Now, did I expect this? I said no. I said P4, P5, he'll be happy with that. Pole position in this grid with these people, I didn't think it was possible. And by now I have to say that I was wrong. Even if he doesn't get pole position, he definitely can. He has that pace. And I think he's preparing for another lap here. This doesn't look full blast. Oh, that corner is just a bit... it doesn't look full blast right now. So, Runelink is preparing for another lap. But of course, what is the response going to be? The Crow, I mean, he can do a pole position. Oh, and no, actually, his teammate can. Domska has improved his time. And is now less than a 10th, but he is ahead of Runelink. And the Crow will also be hunting for an improvement. coming through the last hairpin corner. Hunting a very good exit here. And that can gain or lose you so much time. Because the straight is so long, and every kilometer per hour you do not gain with your traction at the start, it will hurt for the entire straight. He sends it. Oh, and that's a big loss of the rear. That is not an improvement, and he resigns that lap. You see, Dustin has improved to 4th place. That's 3/10 behind. Yeah, it is so tight at the top that 3/10 is not enough. Roonlink also aborts his lap. There's still 6 minutes 30 to go. Domska does have the fastest lap right now. He finished his lap. I don't think it was an improvement. Then who else? Statue has the world record, let me remind you, but he's starting a new lap. Let's have a look at this one. He's currently only 5th. Only 5th, I say. 5th is very good in this lobby with these people. But yeah, that is it for now for him. Coming up to the hairpin again. Statue, is he going to be able to find 3/10? 4/10 he even needs for a pole position, really. It's gonna be tough. That pole position time, 12.54, is insanely tough. I thought, I said 12.6 is hard. 12.5. It's crazy. Is he going to be able to do it? He is not. It's not even an improvement, unfortunately. Did finish his lap and then sent it back to the pits. Dustin will also be hunting for an improvement. 4th, I think it's one of those things where, yes, it's alright, but not really what he came here for. Everybody here is fighting. The entire top 8 is fighting for a podium, maybe? I feel like Sorrow at this point maybe has to accept not today, maybe. Oh, and he's left. Hopefully he's able to rejoin within 5 minutes. But I just noticed Sorrow has left the lobby. That is unfortunate. Justin does try to really push every second or millisecond out of this lap time that he can. It's 3/10 to make up, so it's a lot of time as far as racing goes. This is not impossible, because every single lap that you starts from 0, and any amount of improvement is absolutely possible within, you know, realistic bounds for what a lap can be. I think there's a little bit of lag there. It might be Cafalo or Statue. One of them decide. Oh, and there's a car in the way. What happened there? That was not Roonlink. Was it JJ? No, I thought it was a Force India. That was a massive crash there from Dustin. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, Roonlink is not driving anymore. He will be driving in a bit. And so, unfortunately, I think he disconnected unintentionally. That does mean his lap time is gone. He's going to have to reset a lap. That's really, really tough for him. Maybe he had to reset because of issues, and it was like the last possible moment he could do it, which is accurate. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to set a lap time quickly, and maybe he'll fight for one of the top spots as well. One of the top spots is, of course, top 7. It is simply that big. The Crow has to start another lap time. I think that's not Dustin, but his teammate, Gerald, just coming out of the pits. Dustin starting his new lap. 2 minutes left to go. This might very well be his last attempt. What he can still do is abort his lap halfway through and start a new one, but otherwise, it's honestly not so much he can do. Is absolutely sending it this lap. You can tell just by looking at how he throws the car through that chicane. Last hairpin, of course. To see if somebody has a good exit out of there, you just need to listen to the engine, see if it hits that peak, and if it does, the peak revs, and if it does, then how long it stays there. If it does hold it for too long, that is wheel spin, and that is not very fast. Through here. Ooh, I think a little delay on the exit there in terms of getting on the power. Is it going to be a good lap? It's an improvement, but it's a small improvement. It's not enough. And that's Dustin there. Domska is not going to improve either. His lap is as it is. So that gives Roonling an opportunity to take pole position. Oh, and he doesn't improve either. Domska does drive out, but it cannot improve. Roonling is going to have to settle for second at best. So will not be a pole position for the returning champion today. And the Crow is setting up for a last hurrah, a last chance to get that pole position. Or is something wrong? I'm not quite sure what's going on. 15 seconds, it's enough still, I think, but gotta hurry a little bit. I feel like it's not gonna make it. I feel like the Crow is a little bit late. Yeah, the Crow is not gonna make it. That's too far back. He's miscalculated that, and he's going to settle for third. Marcus is still improving, or setting a lap. And is Statue still driving? Statue is also still driving. First we'll go to Marcus. Statue set the lap, started his lap on time. Marcus also aborts his lap. Simply wasn't fast enough, it seems. And Statue, is he going to finally get a miracle pole position that we all expected of him ahead of the season? Oh, it's not going to be. It's a really big spin for him. The camera doesn't show it. He's backwards. And that is it for the top 7 drivers. That is as they stand. Cavalo is still driving. Cavalo is still trying to improve and maybe mix himself in with the top drivers. And it seems as if Sorrow is in his own league a little bit. Ahead of JJ. Behind Geralt. And both gaps are pretty big. Cavalo out of that corner. It looks very, very tidy, very passive, but it is going to be a lap. And where does he stand? I don't know. Let's have a look. And as Domska on pole position, will be very satisfied with that. Roonling, second place. I'm sure he's happy with that. Quickly gonna have to update a few things, and then we'll talk about the order of everything. Most things have stayed quite the same for quite a while there. Finish and Domi. Okay. Yeah, that is the whole grid set up as it should be. And this is what it looks like. Domska takes a pole position, his first one of the season, as the reigning champion. And one of only 2 champions, the second champion on the, only 2 champions on this grid. The second champion on this grid is in P2, Roonling. It will be a duel of the champions today, starting at the when the lights go off straight away. The Crow, teammate of Domska, is in P3. The Crow is super quick, super good at last race as well. He nearly took the win away from Randers. Today, can he, pull a little bit of magic? Yeah. Oh, I noticed that Dustin says he's P4, as you can see on the grid. He says in the chat, actually, his lap was good. It was good for pole position, but there was someone that crashed in the last corner, so he couldn't finish the lap. That is unfortunate. Actually, there's not really anyone to blame there normally, although maybe you can reset a bit quicker, but okay. Marcus VR will be super happy with a P5, and that's not where anybody expected him, but I'm very happy to see him there. Statue in P6. World records aren't really translating to good qualifying sessions today, at least for today. Last time he got nearly pole position, so that's all right. Gerald in P7. Will be maybe a bit disappointed with that. Sorrow in P8, much further back than the P3 he finished in last time. We've got JJ in P9, and in P10 we've got Michael. Then we have Cathalor, Silver, for the last point-paying positions, essentially, but on solid grid. We've got Notabene, a reserve driver. We've got PC Finch and Domi starting last place. That is the grid as it stands. Now, be really quick, because I think we have only a minute remaining until this race goes, and it's going to be super exciting from the start. Hopefully no safety cars, and hopefully a brilliant show. Alright, and here we are at the start. Cars are starting to rev up. Lights will go out. And there we go. It's a very good start, it seems, from Dustin, provided he didn't jump it. It's very hard to see. Already, Dustin has taken the lead, and Domska has to go straight. Dustin in the lead of the race after the first few runs. The Crow is in second, Domska is third. Roonlink has lost a couple of positions. Marcus is in P4. The Statue in 6th place. We've got any crashes? It doesn't look like major crashes. It does look like Domska lost a couple of positions by going straight, but nothing too major otherwise. And yeah, that's how it stands. The top 3 still not finished fighting, really, because they're still very close to each other, so we'll keep an eye on them. But very, very good start from Dustin. That is kind of what we're used to, but I will say it did look like he moved earlier than literally everyone else, so it might have been a jump start. And I don't... Can we check that? It doesn't say, so maybe he's okay. We'll have to see if he goes into the pits now. Then it was not okay. We do have the Crow following very closely. It might not even matter. The Crow around the outside. Oh, they go side by side. Oh, there's a little bit of argy-bargy, and he loses out a lot, the Crow, to Domska, to Marcus, and even Roonlink, who is going around to the inside of Marcus, maybe. Oh, he's having a look. Oh, there's no collision there. Very, very close between those two. Roonlink thought about a move, but there was no move there. He's going to have to settle for 4th place, and also already has. The Crow on his inside there. Oh, there's a little bit of touching on the screen, it appears to be. And then around the outside here. Or does he make the move stick? That's a very difficult move to stick, and the Crow leaves him out to dry. It loses a lot of time fighting there to Marcus, to Domska, and to Dustin. Domska and Dustin are still very close to each other. These two are going to fight for quite a while. And Dustin under a lot of pressure after a very, very strong start. That does not appear to be a drive-through jump start for him. I do see Roonlink and the Crow are still fighting. They're still going back and forth. I think the Crow's doing an excellent job for his teammate, but he doesn't want that to be his teammate. He wants that to be him. He wants to lose Roonlink as quickly as possible, and if he believes Roonlink is faster, then he just needs to let him go, maybe. Difficult one for the Crow, but Roonlink does have the best position there. Goes straight through there. He's back in P4, but it looks temporary because the Crow is already there. These two are going back and forth constantly, side by side through here. It looks like they're just putting up a show here. Looks like they're not taking it seriously, but they absolutely are. This is for position. Oh, and Roonlink has to take to the grass. Ooh, we've seen this before with Vettel going straight over the grass. But it looks like... Oh, no, it's not over. Runelink is keeping the grip around the outside. Now the inside, no, never mind. That's not good enough. And Statue is right there as well. They've lost so much time to the lead. We're gonna have to go back to them. Because Domka is still right behind Dustin. Dustin does seem to have very, very good traction out of the hairpin. That's where I was expecting Domska to maybe have a shot. But it doesn't look like it's good enough for him. Dustin is staying ahead, even with DRS. Domska is not able to get close enough. As I see the Crow and Runelink still very close to each other. Not too much nonsense. If these two start fighting, the race can change very, very quickly. They are fighting, but only in a very loose sense of the word. If they start going side by side, they can lose seconds. They can push Marcus back as well, into the Crow, into Runelink. But right now, it seems like Domska, maybe he is choosing to do this. And if that is exactly what's going on, if Domska is choosing to stay behind, that's extremely smart. I think that is the right thing to do for him. He doesn't want to force a fight the way the Crow has, because you can see how much it has lost the Crow. He's 5 seconds behind the leader on lap 4. Despite having the pace. Yeah, you can see how much he's refusing to fight here. He will only fight when he thinks he can really run away. And when he thinks it doesn't risk their good position ahead of everyone else. So they're working together. That is honestly the right thing to do. I cannot fault Domska for that. What's going on behind? The Crow has shaken Runelink off of him. Currently in P4 and Runelink P5. Marcus still in between there. Oh, Domska is very, very close. Oh, maybe he feels like Dustin is slowing him down too much. Ooh, maybe a cut back here. Is that a thing that you can do? I don't think Domska wants to do it. I don't think Domska wants to overtake because of the risk it poses to his the rest of his race. But he makes the overtake anyway. Dustin goes on the goes off track a little bit. Doesn't quite make a corner, and it is Domska taking the lead of the race. And I expect him to walk away a little bit, but maybe not immediately. Dustin will absolutely fight back, because I think Dustin believes that Domska will run away with it if he doesn't take it back right now. And there he goes. And I think we can see kind of what is going on here. Somebody has just retired. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a minute to figure out who. So I've Catalog, Statue. Runelink's still there. Marcus still there, very important. I would not want to lose Marcus from this race right now. Let's see. I think we've lost Geralt. No, Geralt is still there. He's just a bit further back than I expected. I think we've lost Silver. Yeah, the Williams driver, Silver, unfortunately, does not manage to finish this race. He's the first DNF of today. And I think we can see what's going on here. Dustin has set this car up in a very particular way, where it makes him very, very hard to overtake. He's slow through the corners, that's why Domska is so close, but he has low downforce. He's very, very quick on the straights. And I just noticed something. Where is... The Crow is fine. Where's Marcus? Marcus! No, I just said it would be really a shame to lose him. That's not a pit stop delta either, right? Unless it is? Unless he is stopped? I don't think he is stopped. Oh, sorry. Silva has just messaged me. He said that his engine blew up, unfortunately. So he's way back. No, he's retired from the race. Oh, and Dustin has just been overtaken. No, he has re-overtaken. These two are actively fighting right now. This is a war zone. And Domska can kind of see what's going on, but is slowing him down. It is absolutely slowing him down over a lap. The problem is Canada. The problem is Canada. The problem with Canada is everything is a slow corner followed by a long straight. Dustin has set his car up for low downforce for high top speed. And he's done that very well. But he's slow in the corners. And that's slowing down Domska, who is not set his car up for high top speed. He is quicker in the corners, but he can't use it. He needs to get past, and he needs to be able to stay ahead. Now, getting past is possible, but staying ahead is very, very difficult. And I'm not sure. Are we going to see here what kind of you're looking at? Yeah, Dustin needs that slipstream. Is he going to be able to get ahead again? Domska has the lead. When he stays ahead this time, Dustin doesn't have enough top speed, and it's also because Domska kept the DRS. Dustin didn't get it. That means Domska is now ahead, and if he can pull a second, then Domska is gone, and Dustin will have to fight for second, or keep a second place, which right now he has a decent gap to the car behind, so he should be all right in that sense. Meanwhile, while that was going on, oh, this is actually not over. Hang on. Look at how close Dustin is. As much as Domska hasn't set his car up for the straight, Dustin is actually able to keep up in the corners. Presents something interesting, because Dustin's going to optimize for exit. There's a decent exit here. We'll have DRS. He will start pulling towards Domska. He will look on the inside, and he'll be gone before the chicane even happens. That's Dustin back in the lead. I think he still has DRS. Yes, he does. Be able to pull away a little bit, but these two are going back and forth. Not a beautiful overtake for the lead, much as it was a straight line overtake. Very good race from Dustin so far. I think this absolutely makes up for what happened last time around. Because last time he also, didn't want the nonsense. He just wanted a good result. Also, after everything that's happened so far, Michael has actually fought himself all the way up to P6. Didn't have a good qualifying, but he's up there now. Very good job from him. JJ's also up there. I think a couple of people have made mistakes. And as a result, people have moved up. Kaflo is also one of them, currently in P9. Mark is behind that. And Domska takes the lead again from Dustin. With DRS able to run away a little bit. Now I am curious, is Dustin going to be able... Well, he does have a much better run through that corner. If you notice, Dustin used so much more of the red part. Was able to get through those corners much quicker. He's able to stay with Domska. These two, it's crazy. They're not going to be able to let go of each other. I'm not sure Dustin was slowing down Domska all that much. He might have been helping him. As long as they overtake on the straights with like no compromises in corners, this works in their advantage. Like, as long as Dustin doesn't try a lunge here, because that might cost him a second or two, both of them, they're probably okay. They're very much working together in a very unique way. They both try to get a late apex there. Domska definitely had a bit of exit here, but the pull that Dustin has on this car, it goes so much quicker in a straight line, especially with DRS open. Yeah, he's just straight past. Nothing to stop him there. We'll have DRS again, and there's nothing Domska can do. The slipstream will help, but not enough. It will stop him from losing too much. If there was no slipstream effect, it would be even worse. There's Dustin ahead again. Can we look at the rest of the grid? Maybe. Michael is also very close to statue, right? This is also a thing that is going on. Well, we are looking at a beautiful fight for the lead that is kind of, I wouldn't say phoned in, but it is very calculated from both. Calculated risks, so not going all out at each other. And it's not so much, they understand, it's not really full position, it's more for, well, it's for their position together. They're very close to each other. I think Donska is going to attack again on this straight, if he can make it pass cleanly. The only time this overtake is gonna matter is if this is lap 40. It's currently not lap 40, he will make this overtake, it seems like. Dustin is letting it go. Oh, and they're both going into the pits at exactly the same time. Now, this is where strategy becomes a thing. I was talking to some drivers before the race, at least one driver, and they do both stop in their box, I think, immediately. Runelink promoted to P2 and the Crow to the lead. Very good from those. It does appear to be a 2-stop today, and it does appear to be a strategy where they drive on softs. Now, I don't know what Runelink thinks he should do. He did practice, but I feel like he might not have quite figured out that people are doing a 2-stop with softs from the start. You can see Dustin and Domska are still very close together. The gap is essentially 0. This will be a thing for a while. But for now, actually in P3 and P4, it's a very, very good place to be for both of them. And didn't lose all that much time. The pit lane, pit stop delta isn't that big, it seems. And the Crow, I expect him to also box. And we'll see what's going to happen there. Yeah, the Crow is in the pits, and so is Runelink. Okay. Maybe he was on softs, we'll have to see. And you can see that pit, ignore it, it's not real. Donska is now back in the lead, and Dustin is exactly where you would expect him, right behind him. These two are essentially just driving together today. It's a very casual Sunday drive together, but not really casual. It's casual until lap 35, and that's where it becomes very, very serious. Having a stranglehold on that lead. We do see Runelink. Ooh, he had a bit of a slow stop, I think. Back to P6. Behind Gerald and JJ. The Crow in P3. And Dustin, ooh, very close. Of course, he knows he shouldn't overtake here. It's going to cost you time. They're in the lead. They are fighting for that win, in a sense. But also very much waiting. This is very much a patience game. And the biggest reason that's the case is because neither driver is able to run away from the other. You see Dustin so much faster on the straights, but he's not able to run away in the corners. Though on the straight with DRS at least, he is faster. That's Dustin and Donska entertaining you with a beautiful P1, P2 position swap every once in a while. See how that develops. Now, a little bit further back, what else do we see? We see Cavalo and Sachi, the Ferrari drivers, in P11 and P10. If you are a Ferrari fan, look away. It's not much better than real life, you know. Well, much worse, I should say. But yeah, I think it also shows the quality of the grid. Sorrow is currently in P9, getting a podium last time. Currently in a fight effectively for P7 with Geralt and Marcus. And he will be patient as well. It is still a long race. Marcus is very close to Geralt. And I feel like these are going to be a little bit more feisty, these two. When there's a mistake made by JJ, I believe. Yeah, he had to recover there. Is Geralt and Marcus moving up a position together. I think Sorrow as well. Oh, and we see again the position swap has happened again. I think this time it was a little bit less nice. Over time, it's going to get a little more opportunistic. I do think both of them just want to be ahead. It's the most comfortable position. Your opponent cannot run away from you because you're the one ahead. So it's absolutely in their interest to overtake every single lappy. Driving behind at least. They want to try and run away when they can. Currently doesn't seem to be possible. They're both waiting for the other one to make a mistake. Who's first to blink, who's first to overstep, hit the grass, hit a wall. Neither of them has made any mistakes so far. 15 laps in. Will be very good for Dustin for sure. Last time around he had a very, very bad race. This time around he's fighting for a win. On the inside doesn't quite have the overspeed this time. There is a little bit of ERS play. Of course, they do have Curse. They do have a push to pass button. On the inside of turn 1 then, who's late on the brakes. Ooh, it's gonna introduce a little bit of a fight between these two. Because Domska is now, looking at a switchback. He decides against it. They do have to worry because the Crow has been catching. The Crow was 3 seconds behind, now 2.5 seconds behind. The Crow has been catching. We do see Marcus Vial and Gerald Smith very, very close together. The Toro Rosso driver and the Red Bull driver fighting. Funnily enough, that's not even, despite the fact that he's fighting with Gerald, that's not even the best Toro Rosso driver in the grid right now. That's Michael, currently in P5. We'll be very, very happy with that. Domska is so close behind Dustin. Again, we're gonna maybe see an overtake here, depending on how good that exit was for Domska, depending on how much the DRS helped, the Curse helps. It's very possible that this is also the effect of one driver using Curse and the other one deciding not to. As Dustin does have a much better run through that chicane. You can clearly see from the helicopter view, but yeah, that's how they continue. The Crow is catching. This is interesting. The Crow catching means that this back and forth will turn into a proper fight. If suddenly Dustin has to defend, or Domska has to defend, then person in P1 can get loose. None of these three want to be in third or second place and get the first place to get loose. So the third place driver doesn't really want to fight. The third place driver wants to be there in case something happens and then go through. That's the plan. Maybe they want to do an undercut. If the Crow's smart, he will be thinking about these things. These two for now. We'll keep on trading, it seems. And I do think we're looking at another Dustin overtake here. Unless he's deciding to save a little bit of Curse. But no, there he goes around the outside and it's already passed. It's so quick. See one of the McLaren drivers, I think it's Domi, letting some people go, taking him to the grass to do it. A very good job from him. Struggling today, but he is still driving in the points. Absolutely still driving in the points, so those points absolutely do count towards the championship. Even if it is with struggling. I also want to mention, right? Well, first, Marcus is still very close to Gerald. These two, I think, are catching up to Michael, slowly but surely. But it's also very close again. I do want to mention the race today, as mentioned in the press conference. Oh, on the inside of the hairpin, are you sure? Okay, sure. Interesting. I do think that means that it's going to be a Dustin DRS, right? No, oh, the DRS is before the hairpin. Oh, now we can use DRS to defend. Interesting. I don't think it will change that much. But it is interesting. Absolutely. There they go. And you see the Crow right behind it. What I wanted to mention is that the tires on this car in general, but especially on this track, will be a huge deciding factor. If you're wondering, Brunlink is a champion. Why is he only in 4th? And why does it seem to be like he's losing touch with the front? I think it's very simple. He's quite quick still in a single lap. But these tires need to be nursed. You cannot lock up. If you lock up and it's big enough, it costs you half your tire life. That's not an exaggeration. It costs you half your tire life. Instead of being able to do 10 laps, after 5 laps you will start to feel it. So, well, it's good over a whole stint. He did struggle with how do you actually brake in this car without knocking up your tires. And of course, in the traction zones, you do want to reduce wheel spin. I feel like that's a little bit easier for him, but the braking is absolutely a big difficulty in this car. He's currently 16 seconds behind, as you can see in the orange livery McLaren. Ooh, we can see him drift through that corner a little bit. That will also be not so good for his tires. But small things like that will add up over the course of the race. It will make his life a little harder. But he's not out of it quite yet, as Dustin overtakes Domska, and I'm starting to notice that these two are no longer trading on the straights. They're trading before the straight, trading after turn 1, turn 2. They are starting to absolutely make this into a proper fight, and I think there is a good reason for this, because if you are in P2 by the time the Crow arrives, you have a problem. Because you can no longer focus just on overtaking on a straight or elsewhere. You will, you'll have to look at your mirrors. If you don't pay attention to the Crow will be next to you and he will start to pass you. And if the Crow gets ahead of these two, and they keep fighting like this, the Crow will run away slowly. So this is tricky. Tomska tries to make a move there, but it didn't quite work. Does have DRS now, so he's going to be passed. And the Crow is inching towards these two. These two have lost a lot of time this lap, fighting the way they did. Yes, there's always on the person in second place. Can you blame him? I cannot. I cannot blame him. Is Dustin gonna try a move here into turn 1, turn 2? Ooh, he doesn't do it into turn 1. Out of here, maybe through a better exit? No, there's just no way. They also need to think about boxing. I'm slightly surprised that the Crow hasn't decided to box, but maybe the cold tires are worse than late stint warm tires. Or he's planning to switch to different tires, and he needs to get all of the speed out of the current tires. Dustin looking here, they're on the inside. Oh, this is spicy. Oh, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He decides against it. And now it's a three-way battle. You can see the Crow is now in this fight. It's no longer a hypothetical. It's no longer the Crow closing in. The Crow is in this fight. And now the fight gets a completely different dynamic. Now Dustin needs to make a move on Domska. We have a little bit of a shoddy exit there, the Crow. And Domska will be extra motivated to keep Dustin behind. Oh, he doesn't really manage that. The Crow lets them fight for a bit. Ooh, and it's shoddy out of there. There's no DRS for Domska, but it does have a much better exit. So it's going to be side by side to turn 1. And we have front row seats here. Oh, and it's a big mistake. Rear lockup for Dustin. Unless there was netcode. It looks very all of a sudden, but Dustin loses the rear and drops to P3 with a big gap to the boys ahead, to the Lotus drivers. The Crow in P2, very, very close to Domska, and now it's a straight up fight. There's no longer Dustin to distract Domska. Does look like a Lotus 1-2. A 1-2 for these drivers we have seen a lot last season. And it was still driving for Ligier. That was the Ligier team. I was going to say I forgot, but I did not. It was in there. The Crow around the outside then for the hairpin. He manages it. Very nicely. Oh, but he makes a big mistake under braking there. Loses the car. Will be bad on the tires. What I wonder now, does he have DRS? it seems like, does neither driver have DRS? It doesn't look like either driver has DRS, but Domska doesn't manage to overtake. And the Crow is in the lead. The Crow has taken the lead of this race. And he does have DRS. He just didn't activate it on the last straight, but he does have DRS. There we go. And Domska, I feel like, doesn't have the pace. Or is it Williams backwards? He's not a bene struggling today, but these cars are a bit of a struggle. We cannot blame him. Domska is keeping up with the Crow, but Dustin, I think, is retired. I think his tires are gone. That's why he's losing time hand over fist. He's actually falling into the clutches of Rooney, who I believe has stabilized. Once you make a mistake like that, it is very easy to keep making mistakes. How does it look from Domska's perspective? He will have DRS now. I wonder how much he gains. Is it gonna be enough? Looks around the inside. Oh, he actually holds back a little bit. Oh, because he's going into the pits. Okay, he's going to try and undercut then. And the Crow is gonna keep on driving. Those tires are a little better than Domska's were. And Dustin, what's he gonna do, is also going into pits. Exactly same strategy as Domska. And Domska is currently driving out. Where is Roonlink? He will be overtaking these two, I believe. Domska, yeah, Domska is emerging ahead. Okay, so that's not something Domska has to worry about. That's very important for his race. If he emerged behind Roonlink, it could have been much, much different. These cameras, man. Okay, Gerald is behind Dustin. That's probably what they wanted in the first place, but it doesn't cost him anything to Marcus. That's the most important part. There. And Michael has been overtaken by these two, which is interesting. And we do have to realize that Marcus is absolutely one of the faster drivers. Amplified with Gerald. Doing a good job of it. And we see the Crow going into the pits. Okay, now I wonder where he's going to come out. And I feel like, looking at the time, it's going to be a rough one for him. I also quickly check. Was he too fast in the pits? No. Okay. There he is. There Domska is. Ooh, I don't think that's a good one for the Crow. I feel like he's going to emerge behind. Oh, it's actually going to be super close between these two. You see Domska there. He will have a outside line. The tires will not quite be up to snuff, but they are fighting. And that is important. That is super important for the Crow. He is not ahead. He has been undercut successfully, but the gap is small. If it was 2 seconds, it could have been a completely different story. But he is close. He's fighting. Running has just stopped. He's currently in P6 after that. Like Marcus and Gerald, who I think still need to stop. First opportunity then for the Crow to retake the lead after the pit stops then. Well, first realistic opportunity. He's going to try it around the outside, and it is absolutely fast enough. Look at how much faster that car is with DRS open, with Kurz fully blasting, I'm sure. He's got a very good run through there as well, and that is a pretty good gap to start with. Domska is going to really have to work to stay close. 26 laps gone. Well, we're in lap 26 out of 40. Got about 14 left to go. Plus this one. What else do we have? Marcus Fiat has now been overtaken by Roonlink, who is marching his way up through the field. Specifically, he's going after Gerald, who I believe has also driven against Roonlink in the first 2 seasons of the SSR Grand Prix Classics Championship. Very, very interesting developments overall. Domska is still super, super close. Actually, they're back on the straight and they're back to... No, they're not swapping. Domska is deciding to stay behind. I think it is his decision. And the reason I think that is because there wasn't really a peak. It wasn't really moving side to side to create an opportunity. It looked very, very civil. Lotus Cars might be trying to secure what will be at least 27 points for the team. Potentially 28, which is the maximum. The extra point is of course fastest lap points. We do still have a point for fastest lap. Michael's in the pits now, and the promoter running up to P4. Marcus into P5. Gerald is 6th, and Michael... I think everybody has stopped. Does the timing window? No, it doesn't say the number of stops. Razor, if you're watching, that's on my wish list. Domska really deciding to keep it civil between these two. There's no peak, no idea of fighting. He is choosing peace. I quickly want to check where Domi is with respect to JJ. I feel like it's not telling me. Yeah, okay. The number was off. There's 2 minutes, 1 minute, I think. Or I'm blind. Domi's still driving in a point. That is still a point for the championship that he will be getting if he finishes there. It will be his first point as well. It will be. So we'll be happy with that. JJ, P11. I don't know if he's happy with that. He expected more and he actually has blue flags. Because there's 2 very quick Lotuses right behind him. I think he will do it. Oh yeah, in this corner. There you go. What a beautiful sight. Very nicely done. And then we switch to Domska, who will be using the RS to get close and maybe overtake. Oh, actually, the car also has the RS. We can thank JJ for that. So, it's a peaceful resolution to the lap between these two. Let's look further back then. Cavalo and Statue, the Ferrari drivers, currently in 8th and 9th. I do wonder how Statue will feel after this race. And if I had to guess, I think we're looking at just how difficult it is to control these cars. Marcus is also in the pits now. I wonder where he comes out with respect to his teammate, Michael. I believe Marcus is actually ahead. We're able to see Marcus in the distance there. Yes, Marcus is ahead after pit stops. And it was absolutely the last pit stop for him. Fairly certain. Domska with DRS then. Decides for peace yet again. No overtakes yet. But remember, I said it might be peaceful, it might be all happy-go-lucky until lap 35, 36, where the position might start to matter. Being ahead on lap 39 does not mean you will be ahead on lap 40, and lap 40 is the only one that matters. So, we're in lap 30. Nearly 3/4 of the race done. What's the status? Well, we got these two. The Lotus cars are securing a 1-2 between themselves. Who is going to be 1 and who is going to be 2? There will be a war fought about that on lap 40 potentially. Biggest thing they need to think about is that they need to keep it clean. See, not a peaceful resolution to a lap. How much longer is it gonna stay that way? Well, let's ignore them for now. They're doing their thing. They're not really fighting. Marcus VR and Michael, the two Toro Rosso drivers, are also doing a very good job. I have to mention also Red Bull getting a good number of points as well. Dustin will be securing the podium as it stands. I say securing, it's not over yet. Anything can happen. But it does look like a podium for Dustin right now. And I think, I'm not sure he will be happy with that given what happened. But ahead of the race, he might have been very happy with the podium. I asked him ahead of the race. So, yeah. Oh, and I'm noticing, somebody asking to show him to Bene. It's Randers, who was in the train still, maybe. Currently in the pits, unfortunately. Yeah, he has been working hard to join, and he credits, honestly, staying in the race with this car is hard enough. He's doing a good job. PC Finch on the same token as well. He's joined today, still driving, and these cars are tough. We saw Dustin make a mistake. If he can make one mistake, any less experienced driver will make one a lap. Like, this is super tricky to drive. And these two are making it look so easy. It's not. It's absolutely not easy. I might have to go out and show for myself just how difficult these cars are. That might be a content idea. We'll think about it. Might do it on my favorite track. We'll see. Which I say it's a bad idea because my favorite track is Spielberg, which I do believe we go to Spielberg. No, we don't. Okay, we don't go to Spielberg. Okay, thankfully, because that track is very tough on the rears, and it's the rears precisely that are the problem. So I don't have to embarrass myself completely. So yeah, as I said, if you survive 25 laps of the race, you've done a great job, and there's nothing to be held against you. You're not winning the race, but like these guys are good, right? This is potentially the best Formula 1 driving grid in Amos too. We have so many people that fight for a win. Groenlink, I think, has proven isn't quite there yet, but with a little bit of practice, this was very much a spontaneous thing to join today. But with a little bit of practice, you can absolutely be up there. And we've got Geralt, who nearly won last season. We've got, who else do we have? Statue, who has world records for every single track of the season. These guys are quick. This is a very, very tough grid. And doing it on one lap is hard enough. Doing it across the whole race, lap after lap, without a single error, as we've seen Pro and Domska do. These two not making any mistakes, I can't understand just how crazy that is. And we see Notabene is driving again, so Williams driver back out and adding a couple more laps. He is a lap 25 in fact, and yeah, every single lap he has under his belt is a bit of experience in these super tough cars. So very good on him for not giving up. That's the only way you can get better at this. It's just not to give up and keep on driving. So very good to see. I think most of the grid is fairly spread out. These two are not. These two are driving together, and they're... Domska is deciding when he wants to start the fight. And if... this is a tough one. Like, when do you attack? Do you risk it all on the last lap? Because if you make it on the last lap, if you wait until the last lap and you make it on the last lap, you've won the race. Congratulations, right? But if you wait till the last lap and you don't make it, you do look a little bit like an idiot, you know? Yeah, maybe it's better to do it second to last lap and try to hold on. But it is tough to hold on, because the other person can also do it on the last lap. It's kind of the game you're playing. When are you going to strike? You see Domska, I think he's charging his systems, he's keeping his systems charged. And I feel like we're looking at a last lap attempt. system specifically being curved. Of course, they have pushed the pass, and I think they will be absolutely critical for these two in the last lap. And notice Dustin is losing a little bit of time. Specifically, that puts him at risk of losing a position to Runelink. A little bit. It's. I think it's too far away for Runelink, but it's not out of the question. Dustin makes a mistake. It could be a podium on return for Runelink, which I think that's really cool. That's really cool. Someone who has raced in the first and second season with Runelink, among others, of course. It's good to see drivers who have been away for a bit come back and perform. Maybe not quite at the same level that they were at, but still at a very, very high level. 25 seconds if you're getting paid millions to drive an F1 car is a bit embarrassing, but for sim racing, especially when it's relatively casual, there's no prize money to be earned here. This is all for the love of the game. Absolutely respectable. Oh, and we see finally, we see the Crow making a mistake. Domska decides to stay behind. He understands this is not like a regular F1 race where you need to wait for your opponent to make a mistake and then capitalize. This is much, much different. You have a move, you have an attack, you have an opportunity already. You just need to use it at the right time. Don't decide not to take that position, because it's better to be behind. It's better to be behind until the last lap. It's better because you get to control when you go. You get to decide when your opponent has to defend against you. He's absolutely capable of making a move here if he wants, but he's holding back. You can very obviously tell Domska is holding back, because lap 36 doesn't matter, lap 37 doesn't matter, lap 38 does not matter, and lap 39 equally does not matter. What matters is where you are at the end of the race. Domska understands this. This is also part of being a very, very high level driver. It's not just about being able to drive this car very, very fast, it's also about understanding where you need to be and when. It's understanding that nobody gets credit for being ahead halfway through the race. You don't get credit for being ahead at the end of the race. The only risk, and I do see there's another retirement, unfortunately Notabene has finally retired the car. Sad to see, but you know, he has done very good experience. But the only thing that matters is where you are at the end of the race. Any other battles? Not really. The gaps are pretty big. Looking at actually statue is 3 seconds away from Michael. That's about a second a lap. That's tough. Domska again is just choosing to stay behind. This is a fight, but it's not a fight where people hit each other. It's a fight where people wait to hit each other. This is very much a mental battle between these two. It's the fact that Domska didn't take the position when he had the opportunity that should get the Crow very worried. I doubt this is team orders. I don't think these two are doing team orders. I 100% believe that Domska is going to try and move right at the end. Oh, and we have another retirement, and I think it is the former champion, the Season 1 champion, Runelink, who unfortunately has retired. Oh, that's a big deal, and that's, yeah, not great to see, but yeah, unfortunately he has retired. Hopefully by the end of the race we'll be able to hear what happened in the post-race interviews. second to last lap is what we are entering. Domska is in control of this race. It's not the Crow who is in the lead, it's Domska who's entirely controlling this race. And he will be until the straight on the last, the long straight on the last lap. And if at that point he doesn't overtake, then it is the Crow in control, and then Crow wins. The person in P2 really decides what's going on. This is smart. It's good for Domska not to force a fight. Dustin is 24 seconds behind, but the only reason he is 24 seconds behind and not 20 seconds behind is because these two have not fought. Lap 39. Is this where Domska is actually going to strike, though? As he got it in his head, it's going to be last lap, but it is going to be this lap. It's possible. Let's have a look from the roof. You can hear the engine. Now, and he's holding back. He's looking, but he's holding back. It's a statement of intent. He's just saying, I could, but I choose not to. I choose not to until I need to, and that is this lap. We are in the last lap of Grand Prix Classics Championship. Second race of the 6th season Canadian Grand Prix. And these two have been going back and forth here and there till Domska decided, do you know what, second place suits me very well. I can control exactly what's going to happen at the end of the race. But he does make a mistake and he's now 6 tenths behind, and that is a gap he needs to make up. Ooh, has Domska overplayed his hand? Has he made a big mistake? There is some grass there, seemingly, from the Crow. He does have DRS Domska here, so he's going to close in a little bit. Ooh, but that gap is bigger than it should have been. Ooh, have you made a big mistake, Domska? Is it not going to be your victory? Is it going to be the Crow? Well, we're going through the last hairpin. We no longer need to wait. I've been anticipating this the whole race. What is going to happen? Is Domska going to be able to make this move? It's all about this exit. It's all about the DRS, the curves. What is going to happen? He's fast. He's catching up. It's a defense on the inside. The side by side. Domska is making this move. He's making it stick. And it's Domska in the lead, and the Crow doesn't have the counter. The Crow doesn't have that good of an exit. It is Domska who wins this race after a very strategical decision there not to overtake until it truly mattered. Domska, your Season 5 champion, does it again. It is his first win this season. And then Dustin comes home in a moderately disappointing P3. I think ahead of the race he would be very happy with a P3. Today he is not, because of what happened. Gerald is in P4, so it's a 3 and 4 for Red Bull. And the sister team, Marcus and Michael, the Toro Rossos, they finish in 5th and 6th, right behind. Then we've got Ferrari 7 and 8. We got JJ, who's in P9. Be happy with that. Sorrow P10. He's waiting in front of the line. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay. We've got Domi in P11 and PC Finish is in P12. And these two will both be getting points. So 2 points for Domi today and 1 for PC Finch. And I'm not quite sure what happened to Sorrow there. It looks like he was standing still in front of the line in a very strange way. Let's have a look. It does say P10. Okay, we'll note that down. And there was a 10-second penalty for JJ. Let's quickly add that up, and that doesn't change anything. Okay. JJ does get to keep his position with the fastest lap. I need to save the replay. It is the Crow. It is the Crow. Okay. That will be a little bit of compensation for losing that race at the end there. There you go. That's the whole race finished. What a race it was. What an incredible race. Okay, so hopefully this time my race results work correctly. Yes, we have scores this time. Let's go. In P1, it is the champion of last season, Domska, 15 points behind his name. The Crow should say 13 points. For whatever reason, that's still broken. But yeah, he's got 13 points, the Crow, today. And I think he will be happy with that as well, even though it could have been a win. Dustin will be disappointed, but he does have 10 points behind his name. It's much more last time, 10 times as much, in fact. And then we have Gerald, P9. So sorry, 9 points for Gerald. Marcus takes home 8, 7 for Michael. Statue 6, Capital 5. JJ 4 points. Sorrow only 3 points this time. Meager compared to last race, but that's the way it is. We've got Domi takes home 2 points. We'll be very happy with that. And PC Finch also takes home some points as a reserve driver with 3 DNFs today. Runelink, Notabene, and Silver. All 3 of them heartbreaking, and I'm not exaggerating today. Hang on, I want to switch to this, and I should have also the driver standings, and this time it is actually interesting to look at the standings. We have the Crow as your new championship leader. Last season he was also very strong, but this time he actually takes the lead of the whole season after race 2. Domska in P2, very close behind. Are we going to see a repeat of last season between these two? Garrett Smith is in P3. Randus, despite not joining us, is still in P4. Statue is in P5 with 14 points. It's a lot to make up if he wants to make his favorite role come true. We have Sorrow in P6, tied with Marcus and Michael in terms of points. They're also equal on points, those two. We've got Dustin with 11 points, and then Cafalor. JJ has 4 points, just as Geordie does. We have Silver in 13th with 3. Then Domi with 2 points, and then PC Finch as a reserve driver, 1 point behind his name. The rest of the drivers, they may have competed in a race, but either they didn't finish or they didn't score any points. So that's that team standings then. We have Lotus. They are currently in the lead. Big gap. Of course, 1-2 today helps to that extent a lot. The Red Bull team, they still believe in taking the driver's title, but this season is going to be tough. 29 points behind their name. Toro Rosso close behind with 26. Then we have Ferrari 21. Then we have Williams, of course, with Outlanders joining today. They've lost ground again. Then we have HRT team with Sorrow, 13 points. Force India, Mercedes, all on 4. We have McLaren with 2 points and Sauber 1 point. So every team has points. Now, stay tuned. We are going to have some interviews, so I'm going to arrange them. Yeah, I'll be there in a bit. All right. That's me preparing for the interviews, and we have a couple of people ready for an interview. And we will start, as always, from the winner, and we will work our way down the finishing order. So we'll invite our race winner, Domska. Hello, Domska. How do you feel after... Oh, hang on. Yes. Hello. How do you feel?
Hello, Findic. Yeah, I'm feeling great, to be honest. It was a fun race. I enjoyed it very much.
It looked like a very strategical race for you. At the end, I noticed you were right behind the Crow for lap after lap after lap. You never decided to overtake. Fully strategical, I imagine.
Yes, it was my strategic because DRS was so strong on this track, and you could not get out of the DRS window. So I decided I just wait and let a race come to me.
Yes, that's exactly what I was expecting, and that was what I was hoping. We were hoping it wasn't team orders, and I didn't expect that on race 2 of the season. So excellent job there making that move in the end. I did notice at the start of that lap you did make a mistake. Did you start sweating a bit more there?
Yes, we both sweated a bit more. I think Dika had also a mistake in the chicane after that. I had my mistake in the Vettel chicane where he lost it in 2019. I oversteered on the gas, so I was a bit too aggressive there, but it worked all out in the end. So, yeah.
Yes, very good. So now, after that race, you are second in the championship with with only your teammate ahead of you. Do you have very good hopes to extend your championship title this season?
I hope I can defend him. Dika and I have a bit of a history even before this league, so I'm looking forward to a little title battle between him and me, or also some other guys. I don't know uh, how the standings are at the moment. I expect there Stahu is behind us. I think. I don't know.
It's currently Geralt in third place. He's got 18
Ah,
points. You have 23, and the Crow has 25.
okay. So yeah, I think it's shaping to be a great season again.
Yeah, for sure. It almost looks like a mimic of last season, but it's absolutely not what's going on. I think we all
Okay.
understand. So, yeah, very good. We talked about the end of the race. How did you feel about the start where you were fighting with Dustin? Because that also went on for quite a long time.
Yes, Dustin had a mega start. I don't know how he has done that, but yeah, we noticed that DRS is very strong in this battle. So we had a little bit of a fight, and sadly, the netcode crashed him out. I don't know how was for you, but for me, Dustin spun out, and I hit him in his perspective on his race. So that's a bit of a shame, but we will look into that.
Yeah, that's very
So
unfortunate.
there was a little bit of a netcode issue. That's very sad. Otherwise, I think Dustin had the pace to stay with us, and it would have been a freeway fight. What would have been even cooler.
Yeah, for sure. That was also my impression. And from my screen, I think you can see on the stream, there was half a cast with between you two. So I imagine it was a netcode issue, and that's really unfortunate that it has been. Netcode has affected Dustin's race a bit much in the last two races. So
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully a bit more luck in the future. Yeah.
Yes.
Next race. Wait, where is the next race? Let me look. The
I
British
think
Grand Prix.
Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone. How do you feel about Silverstone?
I don't know. I like the track, but I don't know if I will be strong there. I know Dekra is quite strong there, I think. So let's see. Could be
Okay.
another great battle between us or between another driver. We will see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's been a very unpredictable season so far, but thank you very much for a very entertaining race.
Yeah, thank you for broadcasting this entertaining race.
No worries. All right, and then we move down to the next person. His teammate, the Crow.
Yeah,
Hello.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. The Crow, you
Beautiful.
finished second place today after being in the lead for, I think, the longest continuous stretch of laps. How did it feel to be overtaken at the end?
Brilliant. I love being overtaken at the last corner of the last lap. It's just the most amazing feeling you can have as a racer, so I'm very ecstatic about that. I mean, of course, it sucks. I mean, that was coming the entire laps before that, with Domschke staying behind me despite having the DRS, despite being able to overtake me. I knew that in the last lap I would have a choice. I would have two choices. The first was to hope that I can somehow make a gap that is enough so he doesn't overtake me with DRS. And the other was for me to brake and then have some slow down battle for the DRS. Because the only way you could win this race was by one of those ways. And when Domschka made that mistake, let's say I planned slowing down for about 10, 11 laps. And then in the last lap, suddenly Domschka made that mistake and had 7/10 on me. And I knew 7/10 that was going to be tricky with the DRS. And then I myself made a tiny little mistake, and then it was around 5/10, and it was a distance where I thought maybe this can work out for me. Maybe the DRS is not strong enough to bridge that gap. And that was the reason I didn't slow down and tried to just brave it out. And that was obviously the wrong decision. He did bait me a little bit into that. And I'm a little disappointed that I made the wrong decision there, but nothing doing now. Next time, I'm going to try to be aware of how much time the DRS gains you. But in this race, I wasn't, and I paid the price at the very end.
It's very unfortunate. You did have a very good race, catching up all the way to the battle between Domska and Dustin before the final phase in the race. Did you have to push hard, or did they kind of fall into you by fighting?
No, I definitely had to push. I mean, on this track I did have quite a good rhythm. I could drive relatively consistently and relatively quickly. not drive my best lap every lap, but it was a reasonable good rhythm that I got in after a couple of laps. I had a pretty rough start. I think I was side to side with Dustin in the chicane and got the bad end of the stick there. And after that, I was quite far away. Then I had a few obstacles. I also had a brilliant battle with Link. I don't know if you saw that, but that was, in my opinion, the best battle I have ever had in this league. I'm not sure if that was on the broadcast.
Thank you for reminding me. That was all the way at the start of the race. That was a brilliant battle. You were side by side for, I think, 2 laps or 3 laps in a row almost.
Yeah.
That was incredible. Also, for everybody that missed that, I'll upload this race to YouTube, of course. Go back and watch it. It was insane to watch those two drive so cleanly, incredibly cleanly. We had a really big fight. How does that feel? Does it give you to be able to fight with Ruling back and forth so cleanly? Does that how does that feel? Describe it to the audience.
Yeah, I know that Link is one of the most legendary drivers in this league. I know his pace from seeing him race, from seeing his incredible lap times since I think I started with AMS2. So I'm very aware of who Link is and how good he is. So it was great to see that we were able to have this back and forth and to have it be this way. I mean, I think I kind of facilitated it at times by making some unfortunate errors. And I think at some point I also pushed him off. But in general, it was a great feeling. And I also, when we were doing the battle, I was aware that this was the most broadcastable racing that I have done in this league yet.
Yeah, well, that was a brilliant show for sure, and I do urge every driver to go back and watch it if you've missed it. Really good example of what this league can produce in a very positive sense. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to add that I didn't mention yet?
No, just that I'm very hungry looking towards Silverstone, and I want to rectify the mistakes I made here. Maybe watch out a bit more for the DRS gain, and I don't know, try to improve my tactics for a race. And if it is the same there, which I'm not sure about, whether Silverstone will have a DRS that's equally as powerful as this one.
Yes.
But thanks for commentating.
Yeah, no worries. But I did forget to mention one thing before you go to eat. You are now the championship leader, 2 points ahead of Domska. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the championship hopes now?
I'm currently thinking could be a lot more if I had won that race. Then it would be 8.
Yeah, that's true, but well done. We're very proud of you.
So I don't think about being in the championship lead. I just think about how can I get the best out of each race, and by that means, of course, achieve the best result in the championship. But 2 points is definitely nothing, and I know that Domska is very quick, very competitive. I think he's shown that today.
Yes, so that's going to be.
And also, there are some other threats to be mentioned for sure.
That is also true. So it's going to be a long season. 8 races is relatively short, but we're nowhere near the 8th race yet. So there's a lot that can still happen. All right. Thank you very much for the interview, and we'll go with Dustin next. And here he should be. Yes, there he is. Hello, yes. Dustin.
Hello.
Hello. You finished 3rd place today, and I imagine, well, ahead of the race, you might have been kind of, all right with that. I feel like now you're very disappointed.
Yes. After my race start and after leading so much, it's very disappointing that the bad luck has struck again.
Yeah, it's been 2nd race in a row for you with Netco's has negatively impacted your race quite severely. Yeah, I don't think there's much you can do about that, or other things that you think you can do to make this a little bit smoother for you, but also for everyone else. It's been bad luck that it's happened to you, but of course it can happen to anyone.
Yes, it can happen to anyone. I can't change it. I think nobody can. Domska was driving on the complete left side. I was driving on the complete right side, so nothing anyone could do. it was just bad luck for me, and yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, demoted the third after that. It is still 10 points for the championship. You are not quite up there yet. You're currently in P9 as I've calculated so far. But you did show today that you're absolutely able to fight for wins. Is that an encouragement to you?
Yes, absolutely. For this race, I hinted it already. I'm preparing a bit differently than last season and last race. I'm concentrating more of a track on which corners might be my issue, where I'm not fast enough, and try to improve there with a strong race setup instead of just focusing on qualification most of the time. And I think it showed today. It really improved, or I really improved, and I think without this netcode incident, I could have won today.
Yeah, and I think that's
With
everyone's
the S.
impression. So as much as you were robbed of a potentially a win today, we were also robbed of a what could have been a three-way fight for the win. So I think nobody was happy with that. Your teammate finished right behind you. Gerald is not ready for interviews today, but he does have enough points now to be third in the championship. And your team is also doing very well in the team standings. But there is now a big gap to the Lotus team of 19 points. Do you think team championship is still on?
Absolutely. I mean, both need to DNF, and both of us need to finish 1 and 2, and game is back on. So it's absolutely not over yet after 2 races. My goal is to at least extend it until the last race, last lap, last corner. Until then, we will fight.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I'm noticing my. Okay, there we go. Had to fix the graphics real quick. Yeah. So I think that's mostly it. Your incident looked like netcode on the stream as well. There was like half a car width between the two of you, so that's very unfortunate. Yeah, I don't have anything much to add. Do you have anything you want to add?
Yes, I'm really happy about my race start actually.
How did you do it?
Because in qualification, I practiced for the race start earlier today, and I said, okay, minimum wheel spin, and this proved today. This was key for my race start. I think I also drove off earlier than most other drivers, if not all. It was just maybe some Bottas 2018 in Austria moments where
Yep.
I drove away right at the real race start. And I was really surprised myself, and I just heard into turn 1 a big lol from Tomska, and this made me smile. So really happy about the race start, and I think it was one of, if not my best, Nameless too.
It was absolutely beautiful start. It was also a very clean start from everyone involved and from yourself, slicing through the Lotus drivers. Yeah, so definitely something to repeat for Silverstone, and hopefully without any netcode incidents. Are you looking forward to Silverstone?
Yes. As I already said, I'm not the biggest fan of Silverstone. I like the 2001 layout definitely more. But with a special livery we are running next race, I want to have a special race for Red Bull as well, because Red Bull has won in the real race, and it was the number 2 driver of that time, and currently I'm the number 2 driver of the Red Bull, so I will try.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining in the interviews, and thanks so much for a very entertaining race that you definitely contributed to. And then we will move on. I have to move down the grid a little bit. We've got Michael finished P6, so we'll and him if he's here.
Sorry. Hello.
Hello. Might have called you up at the wrong time, but here you are. You finished P6 today behind your teammates. How do you feel?
That's a little bit incorrect. I finished P7. He
P7.
got me on the last corner, on the last straight. Strachu.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, he
Okay.
was so fast.
then that's P7 for you. That's still a very good result. Yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel good with the result. Was a little bit unexpected. At the start, there was a little bit some things going on, so I was suddenly, after the couple first corners, I was in P6 or 7, right behind Strachu. So that was a little bit luck. I had no entanglements with others. So was clean race for me.
Yeah. Do you have any big battles to reminisce about?
Yeah, at the beginning with Strachu, we battled back and forth. Everyone, we got DRS, he overtook me, I got DRS, I overtook him. And suddenly after my pit stop, he was away. He had some issue and fell back, but then the last stint he was recovering and took my 6th place away.
It sounds
So I
extremely
don't
rude.
have a big fight. My teammate and Gerald overtook me at once at some point in the race, but then I had very lonely race at all, I would say.
Okay. Still, P7 is, I would say, again, best of the rest. Your teammate also, Marcus, P5 this race. I think you'll be very happy to see him up there.
Yes, very happy. We worked on the setup together, and I knew if he's a little bit prepared, he can be easily top 5. He's a very fast driver, a little bit unfortunate to Runelink. He had no fuel left at the end.
Oh,
He was
is that
very
what happened?
strong. Yeah, I saw it in the chat.
Oh,
But
okay.
very fast again. I expected it. He will be fast.
So Rooney ran out of fuel. That's very unfortunate to hear. He had a very strong race, but nevertheless, a little bit of benefit then to gain an extra position in the end. And your team is also doing very well in the team standings. I'm gonna bring them up again. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, you're currently 3rd place, which is 3 points ahead of Ferrari and 4 points behind the Red Bull team.
Do we have the graphics?
Well, I have graphics
Stream?
on the stream right now, so that's what it looks like right now.
It's not loading on my screen. I was
That's
looking at the stream, so I didn't. Now I have it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. There's a bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's what it looks like right now.
I hope it looks like the same at the end after the last race.
Okay, so you're thinking 3rd place is kind of where you're looking at for your team.
Oh, I'm not sure. There are some people missed the race today. So like Randers was not here and Strachu was not at his best. So it will be very, very hard to save this 3rd place the whole season. But I think like P3 to P5, I see our team.
Yeah, I think we're looking at hard, but absolutely not impossible. Put in very strong performances, and Marcus today was also very, very quick. So
yes,
you can fight. Okay, thank you very much. If there's anything else you want to mention, you can mention it now.
No, not really. I will look the stream.
Okay,
Watch the race.
I'll upload it as soon as I can. Yeah, thank you very much. We have one more interview. It will be PFL Sorrow, and I'm really curious to hear how his race was. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How was your race, Sorrow, today?
Oh, well, it was an utter shit show, to say it in one word. I'm gonna start off by saying that I actually had very, very limited practice for today because I wasn't home for this entire week. So I had to practice last Sunday and also on Monday a little bit. And I haven't touched the wheel in 6 days, 6 days in a row. And I have returned home like 3 hours before the race. So I had very limited practice. And literally until today, I haven't even tried out the medium and hard tires because I just didn't have time. So I had extremely little preparation, and that really badly affected my race. But I think even if I practiced properly, even if I had time, it would have been a poor result for me because the track just completely didn't suit me. In Barcelona, you had those long, flowy corners, and the driving felt incredibly nice. But here you have just short chicanes and hairpins. And this car simply feels, for me at least, terrible in this type of corners. And yeah, it was extremely tough to drive. I've tried out so many setup settings, but I still struggled with traction and with a very, very loose rear end. Yeah, it was absolutely a horrendous race for me. On the first stint, with high fuel as well, it felt like I was driving an actual HRT car. I was more busy fighting with the car than fighting with other drivers, and I apologize to whoever was around me because at the time my driving standards were absolutely disastrous. I mean, I was driving. This was probably one of my worst ever league races, honestly. And yeah, in the end, I've spun 3 times because the car felt so terrible. And also on the last lap, I've run out of fuel, which I don't know how it happened because I was lapped, and yet I've somehow run out of fuel despite even saving. I don't know how it happened because I thought my fuel calculations before the race were correct. And yeah, thank you to whoever crashed into me and pushed me over the line basically so that I could finish at least.
Yeah. Did you finish? It was a little bit vacancy. I think it was 10th in the end. Which,
Yes.
yeah, I imagine you're not happy with after last race. You got a podium, and yeah, you said this was particularly tough. The track didn't suit you, which is absolutely a thing for those who are not aware. Track differences can make a big difference for drivers, especially in sim racing. Next race though will be Silverstone, and that, from your description, sounds like a track that should be better for you.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm really happy that this race is next week because I just want to forget about this absolute horrendous round immediately. I hope this will be the worst race of the season for me, so that I can at least put it back behind me. Silverstone is a lot more similar to Catalonia, so I expect to be up front again.
Another podium.
I don't know about podium, but I would like to at least have another top 5.
Yeah. But another podium, I can't blame you for not targeting that. We had a very strong race between 3 drivers, and Roenick at the start was also up there. It's been super competitive up there, so I cannot blame you for being a bit cautious about that estimation. Currently, after the first race in this one, you are in 6th place with 13 points. 2 points behind Statue and Randers, both at 15. Do you think you will move up or move down during this season, or is 6th about where you think you'll end up?
Well, looking at the calendar, Monza is pretty much the only track that's sort of similar to Montreal. Also Hockenheim a little bit, but most of the tracks are quite flowy and curvy, so it should suit me more. I don't know if Rulnik will join for the full season. If so, that's quite bad news for me. But I feel like I can stay in the region of top 5. If I could finish like 5th or 4th, it would be really satisfying for me.
Okay, so yeah, throughout the season you'll have some better tracks, worse tracks, but I think most of the time you'll be able to fight, and I think you think the same as well. That's very good to hear. Yeah, do you have anything else to add? Anything that happened in the race that was positive that you want to mention?
Something positive. Well, because after my 3rd spin, I had some damage, so I pitted anyway for softs and tried to go for a fastest lap, but I don't know if I actually got it in the end.
don't think you did. Maybe I need to double check that, but I think Dikra had a strong the fastest time at the end.
Well, that just sums up my race. Even with softs at the very end, I couldn't put enough fastest up. I mean, yeah,
the big problem, of course, is that Dikra had a lot of DRS throughout the race and clear air at the end for a lot of laps. So yeah, very tough to compete with them. Yeah. All right. If there's nothing more to add, there is speak now.
No, thank you very much.
Okay, then I will thank you for this interview. It's been a pleasure to have you. And hopefully, one more question actually. Will you make another summary of this race on your YouTube channel?
Yes, of course. This time I was commentating live. I was recording live, so I don't know if the commentating impacted my performance, maybe a little bit, but I feel like the track just was the main point, and the lack of preparation made it even worse. Also, just to add at the very end, from the next race onwards, I will actually have a teammate because Mori had a little bit of break from sim racing this month, but from October onwards he's racing. So hopefully we can score some good points for HRT and move up in the standings.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. All right, thank you so much for joining, and hopefully better luck in Silverstone. And that is also it for me. If you have been watching, thank you so much for being here. It's always a lot of fun to put these streams together, and especially when the race is as good as it was today. Yeah, super entertaining. I've been Vindix. Don't forget to follow the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Next week, hang on. Well, of course, needs the graphics for this, so we'll click through the driver standings real quick and let's look at that calendar. Yes, 5th of October, next week, we have the British Grand Prix, same time. Will be press conference before it as well, and I'll probably do a preview stream as well. I hope to see all of you there, and yeah, have a good evening.